Welcome to Discover Top 5, the channel where curiosity meets reality. Today, we're diving into a topic that might just change the way you see the world. Have you ever dreamed of living in an exotic paradise? Maybe a place where the sun always shines, the culture is rich, and life feels like a vacation every single day. Sounds amazing, right? But what if that dream quickly turned into a nightmare? Today, we're about to take you behind the curtain, beyond the postcard-perfect pictures, and reveal the shocking truths about some of the most beautiful, yet perilous places on Earth. These are the countries where the reality is far darker than you could imagine, where one wrong move could completely ruin your life. So, before you pack your bags and book that one-way ticket, you might want to stick around. We've researched some of the most surprising and dangerous destinations, the ones that can easily turn your dream into a nightmare, from oppressive government and staggering poverty to natural disasters that strike without warning. Today's list isn't for the faint of heart. We're counting down the top 10 countries where you might want to think twice before setting foot. These places are not just challenging, they're dangerous. These are countries where the cost of survival can be high and where the risks might just outweigh the rewards. So, stay tuned, because the truth about these countries might shock you. Now, grab a seat, hit that subscribe button, and get ready to discover the top 5 most dangerous countries that could completely ruin your life. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. North Korea isn't just one of the most isolated nations on Earth, it's a place where every aspect of daily life is tightly controlled by a brutal dictatorship. Imagine living under constant surveillance, where every move you make is monitored by the government, and even the slightest deviation from the rules can result in terrifying consequences. Breaking the rules here doesn't just mean a slap on the wrist, it can lead to life in prison, forced labor, or worse. Take the case of Otto Warmbier, an American student who was arrested in 2016 for allegedly stealing a propaganda poster. He was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor, only to return home in a coma and die shortly after. This case is not unique. Foreigners, as well as locals, face unimaginable risks just by living or visiting here. The country's economy is in ruins, and citizens often survive on food rations barely enough to keep them alive. Famine is common, and the power grid frequently goes down, leaving people in the dark for days. While it may seem tempting to visit this mysterious nation, one wrong move could mean never returning home. The consequences are too high to ignore. North Korea isn't a place for the faint of heart. Imagine waking up to the sound of gunfire, not knowing if you'll make it through the day. That's the reality for many people living in Myanmar, a country plunged into chaos after the 2021 military coup. Protesters are met with violence, journalists vanish without a trace, and entire villages are burned to the ground. Once a promising tourist destination, Myanmar is now one of the most dangerous places in Asia, where safety is never guaranteed, the economy is in free fall, and crime is on the rise. Speaking against the government could land you in prison or worse. Even the internet is heavily monitored, leaving citizens with little freedom of expression. While many may dream of visiting for the culture and beauty, the harsh political situation and constant threat of violence are undeniable risks. If you value your safety, Myanmar is a place you want to avoid. From the moment you step into Bangladesh, something feels off. The air is thick, the streets are packed, and the noise is unrelenting. This is one of the most densely populated countries in the world, and the consequences of this overpopulation are everywhere. Public transportation is overcrowded, with people hanging off buses, and housing is scarce and unaffordable for most. But the real nightmare starts when nature takes control. Every year, the monsoon rains flood entire cities, leaving millions homeless. In 2022, floods affected over 7.2 million people, turning streets into rivers and causing destruction that took years to recover from. Combine this with air pollution so bad that Dhaka's air quality was ranked among the worst in the world, and you have a place where simply surviving becomes a daily struggle. While Bangladesh's culture and landscapes may appeal to some, the overwhelming pollution, poverty, and vulnerability to natural disasters make it a place where life is difficult at best and deadly at worst. India is a country that boasts a rich culture, vibrant cities, and ancient landmarks, but beneath the surface, it hides a harsh reality. Home to over 1.4 billion people, India is the world's most populous country, and you'll feel every bit of that pressure the moment you arrive. The streets are crowded, the traffic is chaotic, and the pollution in major cities like New Delhi is so bad that it has earned the title of the most polluted capital in the world. In addition to the pollution, scams run rampant, with foreigners often targeted by fake taxi drivers or criminals posing as police officers. And even rural areas aren't safe from the chaos. Extreme poverty is widespread, and millions lack access to basic needs like clean water and sanitation. Medical care is a luxury many can't afford, and superstition can make life even harder in some regions. While India's beauty is undeniable, the country's overcrowded cities, rampant corruption, and polluted air make survival a daily struggle for many. What if everything you've heard about Pakistan doesn't prepare you for what awaits? With an economy in freefall, an inflation rate surging past 30%, and basic necessities becoming increasingly unaffordable, Pakistan is on the brink of a total collapse. Food prices have doubled, electricity is unreliable, and fuel is so expensive that many people can't even afford to drive. Crime is rampant, with kidnappings, robberies, and violent attacks on the rise, and political instability is a constant threat. Protests are frequent, and the government's inability to maintain order has left many citizens in fear for their lives. Natural disasters only add to the burden. In 2022, historic floods submerged one-third of the country, killing over 1,700 people and causing billions in damage. The crumbling infrastructure and lack of safety make Pakistan a place where even the bravest might think twice before visiting. While China is known for its rapid economic growth, cutting-edge technology, and opportunities, there's another side to this superpower that many are unaware of. Beneath the shiny skyscrapers lies a country where surveillance is constant and freedoms are limited. Strict new laws mean that even minor offenses could get you deported or worse, arrested. The government tracks your every move, with social credit scores determining where you can go, what job you can have, and even whether you're allowed to travel. Breathing the air in cities like Beijing can feel like smoking a pack of cigarettes every day, and pollution is so bad that it impacts the health of millions. Rivers are contaminated with toxic waste, and in some areas, residents develop serious illnesses from drinking tap water.
China may appear prosperous, but its combination of surveillance, environmental degradation, and an unpredictable economy make it a dangerous place for anyone who values their freedom. In the Philippines, chaos is a way of life. Overcrowded roads, traffic jams that seem endless, and reckless drivers everywhere make moving around the country a nightmare. Safety isn't guaranteed, and even tourists aren't immune to the dangers here. Rampant crime, deep-rooted corruption, and drug-related violence leave many locals and foreigners living in constant fear. The country is also one of the most disaster-prone in the world. Typhoons regularly devastate communities, and the country's poor infrastructure often leaves people without food, water, or electricity for days or even weeks. Indonesia is a country full of natural beauty, but it's also facing massive challenges. Jakarta, the capital, is sinking at an alarming rate. One-third of the city could be underwater by 2050. Earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions are regular occurrences, and in 2004, a tsunami killed over 230,000 people in Indonesia alone. The country's economy isn't as stable as it might appear, with corruption running rampant and a growing wealth gap. In addition, Jakarta suffers from some of the worst air pollution in the world, making it a health hazard for anyone living there. For many locals, survival is a struggle. While tourists flock to Bali for its beaches, many Indonesians live in poverty, unable to afford basic necessities. If you're thinking of visiting or moving here, be prepared for more than just the beautiful scenery. It comes with an overwhelming set of challenges. Saudi Arabia is a land of extreme wealth, but beneath the surface lies a reality few outsiders truly understand. Strict laws dictate everything, from how you dress to what you can say in public. Criticizing the government is a serious crime, and even something as simple as a social media post could lead to arrest. For women, life is even more restricted. While there have been recent reforms, many of the country's draconian laws still prevent women from working, traveling alone, or dressing freely. Even more concerning are the reports of migrant laborers who face horrific working conditions, having their passports confiscated and being forced into grueling labor with little to no pay. Afghanistan is a country that redefines hardship. War, instability, and one of the world's most restrictive regimes shape daily life. Since the Taliban took power, basic human rights have all but disappeared, and over 90% of Afghans live below the poverty line. Food shortages are common, and women have been stripped of their rights. Girls are no longer allowed to attend school past 6th grade, and women are forbidden from working or traveling alone. The constant threat of terrorist attacks, kidnappings, and violent crackdowns makes this country one of the most dangerous places on earth.
Well, there you have it, the shocking truth about these countries that most people don't talk about. From oppressive governments and corrupt systems to natural disasters and unthinkable dangers, it's clear that not every paradise is what it seems. As you can see, the line between dream and nightmare can be razor thin, and sometimes, the realities of these places can be more overwhelming than you ever imagined. Before you even think about packing your bags for an exotic getaway or making a life-changing decision, remember that there's a lot more to consider than just beautiful landscapes and vibrant cultures. These countries, while home to incredible histories and breathtaking beauty, also hold challenges that might completely ruin your life if you're not careful. But what do you think? Were any of these countries a shock to you? Did you ever imagine that such beautiful places could hold such dangers? Maybe it made you rethink your travel plans, or perhaps it opened your eyes to the real dangers lurking in some of these destinations. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these places shocked you the most? Would you still visit, or are they completely off your list now? And if you enjoyed today's eye-opening content, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Discover Top 5, and hit that bell icon, so you never miss out on more of the truth behind the world's most surprising, jaw-dropping destinations. We've got plenty of eye-opening content coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Thank you so much for watching and being part of the Discover Top 5 community. We're here to uncover the stories that matter, to show you the world through a lens you've never seen before. So, until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember the world is full of hidden truths waiting to be uncovered.